In almost every game I play of this war of mine, I use the hatchet to gather wood to build defences, and having a character whose entire thing is being good at that will massively help. Welcome back to a survivor's guide to this war of mine. Today we will be looking at the Forester, the final custom character. So the Forester's trait is Skilled Wood Chopper, which is pretty self-explanatory. They get more wood and more fuel from chopping up furniture than any other character in the game. Their ability also makes them slightly better at guarding, it seems, although it's not known if being a skilled woodchopper makes them any better at general combat. It is possible that any additional strength here could help. I will say that in my solo playthrough with this character, it turned out that he was not that good even when using a hatchet. He was about a grade B or A maybe with combat. They also have an average speed and an inventory size of 12, with a personality which is similar to the other custom characters but maybe slightly on the more pessimistic and selfish side. Finally, as with all the other custom characters, the Forester has no addictions. Another area in which we do not have any information at the moment is whether or not they can play the guitar, so if you find that out, please do drop the information in the comments. So with the mechanics of the character out of the way, we can move on to the lore, starting with the Forester's opening bio. When the war broke out, I'd been unemployed for over a year. With dread, I watched the news of the upcoming conflict. I was hoping against hope it would not come. Living off unemployment benefits had already been hard, and with the soaring prices, I wouldn't have made it, if not for the people running the shelter for the homeless. They were very kind and welcoming, and I could always count on a bowl of hot soup. But that's the past. A shell hit their shelter. So the Forester shows a different group of people and how they are affected by the war. We can look at the endings to see how their story ends depending on your actions in the game. If the Forester dies in the game, the Forester joined a long list of civilian casualties of war. With no family to miss them, they would soon be forgotten. As with the Pharmacist, the Forester's suicide and abandoned endings are unknown. If you do find these out, please do drop them in the comments below. However, if the Forester makes it to the end of the war, but with bad karma, even though the fighting ended, the Forester had trouble finding their place in the world. For some time they had been receiving help from various charities, but when that ran out, they remained in Poggeron, a homeless and unemployed scavenger. If the Forester makes it to the end of the war, but is caused to be sad by his experiences, when the war ended, they had problems adapting. Like many people in similar situations, they found solace in drinking. Homeless, unemployed, rejected by society, they went on a downward spiral, until one winter day, their body was found frozen in the street. And finally, if you get the best ending with the character, you get the following. As soon as the fighting stopped, they left Poggeron to seek a better life elsewhere. Thanks to a foreign charity that organised an aid programme for Grasvania war refugees, they ended up in the woodlands of Canada, happy to remain close to nature and far from people's affairs. So there we have it, the final custom character in the game. Starting next week, we will move on to the DLC characters, with Christo being first up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then. Ta-ra!